What's up guys, NepentheZ and welcome back to another episode of Draft to Glory. In the last episode a couple of days ago, we ended up losing in the final. We got a few decent players, some players now that would have sold for a little bit more, but we did make more than enough money back. We sold Schmeichel for 2,300 coins, not too bad right there. By the way, if you can tell I'm talking differently, I have an ulcer right on the tip of my tongue and it's quite frustrating to deal with. The youth there sold for 1,000. The Barca kit, the Kaka, the healing cards, super expensive stuff. Basically we made our coins back and some. We do have the, I'm going to discard this manager. We do have the coin boost still on. So we should be good for at least another couple of episodes. As long as I don't go out in an early round, we should be good to make money. And even if I do go out in an early round, there's one to watch cards, there's informs. BPL players right now, specifically Man City players, are going for crazy amounts of coins. We do have some unlockable items from the manager task, the getting started item. And I tell you what, I'm going to claim these as I complete them, just because they could be helpful to us. So we get the FIWC Stadium, which we will just store to the club. It's untradeable. We get a loan player. We'll take Gareth Bale, why the hell not? 3 loan matches for Gareth Bale. We're not going to use Gareth Bale, but as with last year, we had a whole host of players just sat in the club as loanees and untradables. We get a squad debut player match, a 3 item reward. I believe it's 3 fitness cards, and I believe they're untradeable. Indeed, that is correct. So they're pretty useless to us anyway. Out with the old, selling a player, we get some stuff from that. We get a loan player reward pack. Now, the loan player is irrelevant, but if there's a coin unlock or another player in here, that could be pretty good to us. It's going to be some randy left-wing Argentinian guy. Doesn't really help anywhere. But we do get, okay, we get 3 more fitness cards, and they're all untradeable, which is why the coin lock unlocks are the best things there, because if you get yourself a coin unlock there, it's just easy coins. So we get 300 coins from in with the new... and then that's all we've completed so far. There's plenty more to complete. If we need to, if we need these items, we can happily go and get them. But so far is so good. So into our second online draft, guys. And if you could drop a thumbs up on the video, it would be very much appreciated. I do appreciate incredibly the support you guys continue to give. Now, we went with 4-1-2-1-2 last time, and I wasn't overly pleased because it doesn't allow us to put some wingers in, which I want to use. Maybe I'll go... I want to try the 3-5-2 this year, actually. Ooh, maybe the 4-5-1. 3-5-2. I want to try 3-back formations. I want to give it a go. I have a feeling 3-back formations this year are going to be overpowered. And we start off getting Bale, Rooney, Ozil, Shaqiri, or Fabregas. And I'm going to take Gareth Bale because I think he's amazing. I've actually played with him on my main account, and he's not like... He's not as good as I felt he was last year, but he's definitely good, and I'm still trying to figure out the game. Now, we get Muriel or Negredo or Giudetti here, the ex-Man City guy. What's his... I mean, his stats are pretty bad. His shooting and dribbling are actually decent, as is his physical, and he's got a catalyst on, which boosts his pace up to about 70. Tell you what, we'll take him. I mean, it makes sense because... it gives the link to Gareth Bale, but hopefully we won't have him in there at the end. And we took Giroud last time, and he was God status. We're going to take this time. Firmino with a Hunter card might be deadly. And we can actually play him in at cam if needs be as well, because the centre forward is good for a striker or for a cam. Now, in at cam, we get... Alright, we've got 4 BPL guys. 3 BPL guys and 1 La Liga. Now, the La Liga works really well, but I'm thinking Christian Eriksen... Somebody else that we took last time might be good, or Juan Mata. Spanish in La Liga could be quite fun. Juan Mata has better dribbling, same shooting, same passing, worse physical, worse pace, worse defending than Eriksen. So Eriksen would ideally be the guy that we're going to take and throw in there. Now, if we can build a BPL left side and a La Liga kind of right side, I wouldn't be too opposed to that. And there's Morales, Arnautovic, Schürrle. Or Carrasco. Now, Schürrle and Carrasco are very similar. Carrasco obviously fits the team a little bit better, but Andre Schürrle is amazing. 4-star, 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 3-star. Schürrle's down to 3-star skill moves. I did not know that. Carrasco with 4-star skill moves. We're not going to go into a 3rd league hybrid here. We're going to keep it with just the 2 leagues, the BPL and La Liga. Carrasco is a very nice player. I have used him. We get Iborra, very nice. And he is the only one that actually suits the team. He's actually got a really, other than his pace, he's got a really good card. He's got Maestro Chem style, which boosts his dribbling, shooting, and passing a lot. I think Iborra is going to be really good in the team. And again, he suits the team quite well. La Liga, Spanish, we get Itarapsi there. Hutchinson, Montalivo, and Iterapse again is going to have to be the dude. Now comparatively, Iterapse not the best. Aboro, there you go. Aboro's got a little bit less with passing, a little bit less pace, but his shooting, defending, and physical are by and large way better than Iterapse. So hopefully we'll be able to change him out throughout the game. We get us. Oh, Sergio Ramos is perfect. He just slots straight into that team, no questions asked. And this is why I went with 3 centre backs, because I feel like we could get 3 amazing centre backs. Now I could take Umtiti or PK. Umtiti with basic chem is probably decent. What's he? High 5'11". PK is, I think, he's high medium 6'4". 61 pace. He's got Guardian, which boosts his dribbling and defending. I don't really care about his dribbling, so I'm going to take Umtiti for the simple fact that I think he's going to be a better defender. I could be wrong, but I think he's going to be a better defender. Next up, we get no one really that helps us. I guess Premier League player would be helpful because we do have that Premier League left-hand side. Do we have a Brazilian? No, we've literally got Spanish, Belgian, French, or Welsh, and none of those work. So we'll take the BPL player just because it does suit a couple of the other players that we've got. And then last but not least, that's not what you want from your goalkeepers, is it? Now, not only do we not have anyone that works, we're going to have to take the French guy here. He's the only one that works. It's only 75 chem team right now. If we do this, it does go up to 78 chem team. And that's that really. So we've got a long ways to go. It would be nice if I could get Ronaldo, Suarez, Neymar, you know, some of the big players. There is Neymar to start things off with. Fekir, Gignac, Perrine, and Candreva. So we are going to take Neymar. Even if we have to play him up front off chem, but that link with Firmino could be quite interesting if we get a decent centre-back as well, or just a defender. Oh, wow. We get Jimenez or Felipe Luis. I'm going to take Jimenez because I'd rather a centre-back in there. Gives us a huge chemistry boost. If we put Umtiti here as well, does that help? No, it doesn't. And swapping those two around doesn't help either. So it's the cam right now. In fact, if we put him, Carrasco, in there, no, Carrasco doesn't work. So we just need a cam, a striker, and a goalkeeper from La Liga, and we'll be in good shape. And it doesn't even have to be those players in that order. Like, for example, we can take Nani, and if we put Nani and Carrasco in now, I believe it should help us chemistry-wise. Okay, so it's basically identical with those two in. If we put Neymar here, boom, that puts up to 89 chemistry. That is a little bit better. And we've got now Neymar and Nani. The 5-star skillers are coming up pretty big. So we need a goalkeeper and maybe a better striker from La Liga. I'd be happy with that. We get Carvajal, I'll take him. Not that he's actually going to get into the team. But as a super sub, I say the word super sub too much, don't I? As a substitute, he could be quite effective. Pereira, Montoya. I'd probably take Pereira there again for a good effective sub. Now, this goalkeeper slot is so important because our goalkeeper is garbage and that could be our downfall this time around. We get Moya, that's nice. There we go. Moya helps us out absolutely no end. Bumps us up to 95 chemistry. It is just that attacking duo that is causing us problems now. So a good striker. We'll take Gael Clichy there for the bench. A good striker or a good cam will be ideal. Like a Cristiano Ronaldo, a Lionel Messi, a Suarez. You know, something along those lines will be pretty good for us. A James Rodriguez would be absolutely amazing. We get Fernandez here. We're going to take him because he's actually going to suit the team better. 3-star, 3-star. I'll put him on as a starter and probably bring him off as a sub. I think we'll keep Nani on the bench. I would actually probably prefer Nani over Carrasco. Nani doesn't have the pace anymore. It's quite surprising as well. We get Feza, Boateng. Boateng obviously works as well for us right now. In fact, Boateng is much better than Fernandez. Better pace, better shooting, better physical. Worse passing, dribbling, and defending. But for a cam, he also, I believe, has 4-star, high, medium, 6'1". Boateng is the real deal for us in there. It's just that Judetti guy that I need to get out. And a Ronaldo, I can't see. Hello? EA? Alright, there we go. Thank God for that. I thought we wasn't going to get what we needed there. Buffal, Kirchner, Elia, and Soldado. I'll actually take Soldado. I think he'll be better than Judetti. So his shooting's 1 less, but 80 rated above 76 rated, a bit more pace. He actually doesn't have a chem style that suits though, so maybe he won't be ideal. We're going to take Searchy there, and I'll explain why in a second. But so Judetti has Catalyst. Judetti has around 70 pace to Soldado 64, but Soldado has a big shooting and big physical boost. I'm going to start with Soldado because we've also got Neymar up front on 100, 100 chem, 3 chem there. And I mean, we could start Judetti up front and get the 10 chem. I think Neymar on 3 chem is a much better player. And we've got Searchy as well, because I'm tempted to put him here and throw Bale up front. Okay, we go down to 95 chemistry, which isn't really ideal. Maybe we'll actually still start with Searchy and bring Bale on as a sub, because we've got some really impressive players that we could use as sub. Our team rating is not going to be the most ideal, like a 184 at most. Definitely want to get Firmino on the bench. Clichy is fine. Debussy I want to get off for Carvajal on the bench, and Fernandez I want to take off for Pereira. And it's probably a 184. It is a 184, so we might be able to get it to a 185 with Mertesacker on there as well. I'm going to start with Bale. I'll tell you what, we're going to start with Bale, and it would actually be more beneficial to start with him because of the way Chem works. Start with Bale, swap him to striker, then take out Soldado for either Searchy or Nani. In-game, Firmino coming on as Cam, Nani coming on as Cam could be quite good. Pereira coming on as Cam, Eriksen coming on as Cam. We don't really have many defensive options, just Clichy and Carvajal, but it's a pretty good all-round team. Now, what do we need for chemistry? We need La Liga, Liga Santander manager is absolutely ideal. So everyone will be on 10 chemistry except Neymar, who will be on 4 chemistry, which means he'll get 30 chemistry points in-game, 25 chemistry points from Team Chem. That will give him 55 chem points, which will give him in-game boost of stats because it's 50 to get base card stats. So Neymar will get a very, very narrow boost to his stats, but because he's already so amazing, that doesn't really make any difference. So there we go. And we've completed another manager's task just by cycling through the items there. But that, guys, is going to be the team. Let's get into the gameplay. Before we get into today's video, guys, I want to show you an amazing live football scores app called CrowdScores. Big thanks to CrowdScores for sponsoring today's video. I'm sure you guys will love it. It has a very clean and easy to use interface that offers information on matches from around the world, covering all the important stats, the weather as well, and any extra information you guys will need on the game. You can vote on your prediction for the match with ease just by pressing the team or result you would like on the screen and see who agrees with you. CrowdScores has an incredibly fast push notification system to keep you updated in real time on the scores that you want. I know me personally, I love push notifications. CrowdScores is most definitely the fastest one that I have. Simply check which events you want and you'll get them push right to you. Finally, you can also chat with other CrowdScore users in the chat tab and have fun engaging with other members. Check the links in the description of this video to download CrowdScores on either your iOS or your Android device. So guys, as we get into the gameplay, the first opponent we come up against has got a 184 team. He's got a 4-5-1 formation. He's got a legend. He's got Ronaldo. He has got Alba. It's a pretty nice team. The left-hand side more specifically than the right-hand side, even though Danny is pretty good, but a little bit off chem. And I was sitting there looking at this thinking, okay, you know, I haven't got the best of players, specifically like the left centre mid and right centre mid. You know, Iterapsi and Abora, they've got okay stats, but coming up against players like potentially Ronaldo, we could be in problem zone. Fortunately for me, my opponent wasn't there. I don't know what he was doing or what his game was or what his plan was. I don't know why he didn't rage quit, but pretty much for the first 10 minutes he played the game, and then after that he just stopped playing. So I went and scored 3 goals and then stood in the corner. I scored 3 goals just to give myself that advantage in case he came back, and if he did come back, it would be an unfortunate situation for him where, you know, he's now unable to get back into the game, but that wouldn't be my problem. So we get ourselves basically a free win into the second round, which is always very, very nice. Let me turn on my lamp here, make this lighting a little bit better. Into the next round, we come up against another legend, Michael Owen up front, Callum Wilson there as well, Neymar, the in-form Felipe Luis, Varane, Miranda, Carvajal, Delafeu. It's a really, really nice team, and again, probably a little bit better than mine. And this was one of those games where I could not find my shooting feet. I found it really difficult to put the ball in the back of the net, which has been kind of a thing for me. Now, a lot of you guys have suggested I try different methods to work on my shooting, and I'm trying them out. I spent about an hour yesterday in the skill games for shooting, and it just doesn't seem to have taught me anything. It just seems like one game every chance will go in, and one game no chance will go in. We do end up getting a goal there with Neymar, which was very nice indeed. However, my opponent managed to pull one back with Kevin De Bruyne. It was one of those games for me where I could feel his style of play, and he was a very panicky defender, risky, sliding all over the place. He did actually get a red card late on in the game. But for some reason, as you can see me with Carrasco there taking past one slide and then shooting as another slide comes in, and that was at 1-1. So it wasn't like he was sliding like a maniac just because he was losing or anything like that. He was sliding like a maniac because it was his play style. And I got 2-1 up and I thought, brilliant, we're cruise control now. And at this point he has the ball right now, he has only 10 men. I tackled him a couple of times on his run through the midfield. Unfortunately for me, it fell to Michael Owen. Michael Owen put it in the back of the net. We're now at 2-2 into extra time. He has only 10 men. Bear this in mind. He gets through again with De Bruyne into Wilson. Wilson to Owen. I kind of wasn't really pressing him too much from there because I didn't expect too much from that. But Michael Owen ends up putting in an absolute banger from range. Really, really nice finish. Can't take anything away from it. And that left me really frustrated because I thought, okay, it's going to be another one of those games where I lose a game that I should have probably won. But no, I managed to get back on terms with Nani with 7 minutes left. And it was actually a bit of a garbage goal. Like the ball was shot straight at the keeper, and for some reason I don't know if it went through the keeper or just next to the keeper or what, but it managed to go in the net. And I personally would have been disappointed if I had conceded that goal. We end up going to penalties. I actually missed a penalty at 3-3 in regular time with Neymar. I take a penalty there. He gets his body, or is that him or is that me? That's me. So I take a penalty. He gets his body onto it, but it goes in. And then as if by magic, same thing happens. I dive the right way. It hits me in the midsection and it still goes in the back of the net. For some reason, you can see the penalty pointer thing. I don't have that on my other account. I don't know how you get that or why it's there or what. But my opponent ends up missing his penalty there at 3-3, or to make it 3-3, so it's 3-2. All I've got to do now is put the rest of my penalties in the back of the net. Neymar steps up and does just that. So the decisive penalty coming up, he steps up with Callum Wilson and puts that one just wide of the post. So we do end up winning on penalties. And although in terms of shots, because he did have a lot, it was quite an even game. It was definitely one of those games where I came out of that thinking, yeah, I deserve that. I felt like I should have won that game, and I ended up winning that game. We get another like 1,700 match coins or something like that, which is important to our progression for the series this early on. So you can see again, like I say, a lot of shots from both of us. My shots seem to be from a little bit of better areas. He did have a lot of shots inside the area though, and into the semi-final we go, and we come up against another amazing team. Hesse, Suarez, Carlos Vela. He's got Koke and Gomez in there, Mustafi and Lovren, Courtois in net, as Pilaqueta and Carvajal in the fullback roles. And that generally, as a 99 Chem 84 rated team, is just way above and beyond my team. And, you know, with Courtois in net, it does really seem like this year high rated goalkeepers are very, very relevant, and they seem to be really important. And for this whole game, that truly was the case. Now, I've actually left this whole clip in here of him attacking me, because look how many times I tackle him. Start off on the halfway line or so. We're only 7-8 minutes into the game trying to feel him out. I steal the ball once, it pops straight back to him. No problem at all. He gets through a little bit more. I steal the ball twice, pop straight back to him. No problem at all. I steal the ball a third time. Coming up here, boom, pop straight back to him. What's that? A fourth time? No problem. Pop straight back to him. It just felt like no matter what I did, I could not get a foothold on the ball. I don't know how I could have defended it differently, and I was very frustrated that he managed to score a goal there where I tackled him perfectly 3 or 4 times. You know, one of them was just a little like bounce that popped back to him, but I felt like I should have been walking away the ball 1 or 2 times there, but didn't really make any difference. I ended up getting in behind with Neymar. Neymar was brilliant at striker as well. He really was good. He phased out of games quite a lot, which was a problem. But when he was on form, he was really on form. But we scored to make it 1-1, and it took me to extra time to win this game. And you're probably thinking, really close game, must have been. You know, goes all the way to extra time. You're in the 110th minute. Iborra with a long shot to score the winning goal. Great goal as well. Again, straight down the throat of Courtois, who couldn't save it. But this really wasn't a game where it was like a close game and I narrowly snuck a win. This is a game where I smashed my opponent. Look at where my shots are from. 1 of them, 2 of them from long range, 1 of which went in the back of the net, and like 15 shots from on the edge of the box or inside the box, and I only scored 2 goals. Courtois made 13 saves that game, I believe, and I was so frustrated. I actually came out of that game frustrated. I came out of that game winning, But I came out frustrated, and I didn't come out frustrated for me. As we go into the final, we come up against a guy with Messi, with Neymar, with Varane, again, a really, really strong team. But yeah, I didn't come out of that game frustrated with the game. I came out of that game frustrated with me, because it's me that can't finish my chances. I should have been putting that guy to bed. 4 goals, 5 goals, 6 goals, 8 goals with that many chances from those areas. But for some reason, I just couldn't do it. Now, we end up getting a really lucky break here. He backs off expecting the through ball, so I just ran forward. He slid in, missed a tackle. Boateng there puts the ball into the back of the net. A really good finish. I genuinely didn't think I was going to finish that chance. I thought, okay, I'm one-on-one with the keeper. He's going to save it, no problem. But Boateng ended up putting it back of the net. And we get a nice little break here as well. See, Boateng gets slammed to the floor, gets fouled, in my opinion. The referee gives no free kick. Interapsi picks it up. I tried to pass it to Boateng, but it didn't go to him. It went to Soldado instead. Then Boateng gets up, makes a run through in behind the defence. Soldado hits him with the through ball of dreams, and Boateng makes it 2-0. Now, on to the stroke of half-time. My opponent, who I dominated for the first 45 minutes, is finally, or starts to be kind of like untouchable. I had a good opportunity to clear the ball there. I didn't clear it. I tried to pass out of defence, which is absolutely my fault and nobody else's. Messi steps in, steals the ball, slots it home, and makes it 2-1. Into the second half, fortunately for me, we made it 3-1 with the penalty there with Neymar, and that was all she wrote by way of goals. So we do end up getting ourselves a win in the final, and our first ever draft win on this account, which was very, very much appreciated. You know, a good start is really important, because everything's worth so much now, whereas in a month, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, it might not be enough to get us over the line. So I need to make as much profit as quick as possible in the early stages. You can see there, we absolutely dominated the match, deserved to win. This, guys, is going to be the end of the gameplay. Let's get into the packs. So, guys, we get our first draft win in episode 2. I'm so happy we won that draft. The second and third games were 2 of those games where nothing was going in for me. It took me to penalties on the second game. Bit more of an even game than the semi-final, but for sure I feel like I deserved to win. The guy had 10 men for a lot of the game. Just couldn't finish my chances. And then into the semi-final, I absolutely battered the guy from start to finish. And it took me until extra time to score to win. So we end up getting a win, a nice 3-1 win in the final. The 3-5-2 was really nice, I'm not going to lie. It might be a formation I go to. The cam was great no matter who I had in there. The only thing that did disappoint me a little bit was the pair of strikers. I found it really difficult to get them into the game. However, that's irrelevant. What matters is that we've won our first ever draft. Now, there are some epic new draft prizes. You can get coins, you can get draft tokens. Of course, you can get a 100k pack, a 50k pack. The horrible prize of 2 25k packs and 2 5k packs is still in the draft. But let's see what we get for draft win number 1. We get a premium gold players pack and a mega pack. So that's shocking. It's 60,000 coins worth of packs. The premium gold players pack might be alright, just because there are some decent players in packs. It's a big flare, it's a nice flare. It's going to be Cavani. That's not too bad. There are, of course, the one to watch cards in packs as well. We get an 85 rated for our win there. Salah. Oh, Kolarov's a nice pull. Kolarov's big, because the Man City players right now are going for a lot of cash. So what we're looking at, like at least 2.5k for him, just because of that Man City squad builder challenge, you know, with what's his name in it. Salah here will probably go for a good few thousand. One of the better right wings from Syria. I was actually expecting... Look, that one's got a 2.2k bid on, I guess because it's right mid instead of right wing. We'll list Salah up for 2,000. But we're already over the 15k mark as well, guys, which means we're in good shape going forwards. I'll list all the rest of this stuff, you know, off camera by myself. 5k bid, 8k bid on Cavani. He's actually a lot bigger than I thought. We might get 10k off of Cavani. That's amazing. We'll list him up for 9,000 coins. And if somebody buys them for that, that is great. And then all of these players, there's 9 players here. They'll, you know, guaranteed discard value of 2,700, but more than likely, we'll be able to get about 3,500, maybe 4,000 out of those, which is great. And that Cavani is sold straight away. We now have a mega pack. Yeah, beg you for a one to watch card. It's a small flare. That's unfortunate. It's gonna be, is that like Grenier or whatever that guy's name is, or it might be Gorkuf. It's Gorkuf. Now we get 5 rare players here, 6 rare players, including the other guy. These guys, they won't go for huge amounts. We'll send all of them to the trade pile. Munayin, the same. The left mid, the silvers, the same. The coaches won't sell. The contracts will sell eventually. Now, the healing cards are actually quite important. Healing cards hold right now really high value, and if we go and have a look, we're probably going to get again 1,300 coins for this right here. The leg one, it's the foot one that's really expensive, and the leg one as well, I believe. This leg one should go for about 1,200 coins, I believe. Okay. Maybe they've came down a little bit. We'll list it up for 500. It might be the foot that goes for 1,200 coins, not the leg. And then the knee. I'm not entirely sure how much value we get out of the knee. No way is it 1,500 coins. It's at least like 400 or 500 coins by looks of things. I mean, maybe it is like 1,500 coins. We'll list it up for like 1,200, and we'll just let it go for what it goes for. Now, the striker to centre forward cards, I'm not sure if these are the expensive ones or the cheap ones. Okay, so these are the cheap ones, so we'll just send both of those to the trade pile along with the contract, which will hopefully eventually sell. The Villarreal badge and the other kits and stuff there won't sell, so it's just the left wing to the left forward being the remaining thing here as to whether it sells or not. And it looks like this might be a 2K one, left wing to left forwards. Isn't it an expensive one? I'm just waiting to I just want to see like a bid on one of them, or like the cheapest bin. The cheapest bin we've seen so far is like 2,300, maybe 2,200. There's a 2.2, there's a 2.1. So the fact that there's 2K there, I'm going to list this up for like 1,700, and we'll hope that we can get something good out of that. But already, guys, we are now 2 episodes in. We have got 26,000 coins. We've got a whole bunch of stuff to sell that will undoubtedly sell and put us, quite high. That Kolarov will definitely sell for a few K. Salah for a few K. All the other contracts and players. We're going to be up near like 50,000 coins after 2 episodes, which is great because it gives us longevity. We're already in a point where we're guaranteed like 2 more draft entries, maybe even 3 more draft entries, without taking into consideration the prizes that we can get going forwards. And that's amazing. Like, that's genuinely amazing. Bit disappointed in the reward for the first draft win. I was hoping for coins or 100 or a 50k pack to try and get some of these one to watch cards, but wasn't to be today. We still got 10 days of the one to watch cards being in packs, so I'm going to get as many drafts made up as possible during that time so that we can have some good content even after they're out of packs. We can still potentially pack them. But this, guys, is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.